Well, I tried not to make a video today, but I just was having so much fun out here that, and this draw knife is cutting so good, I just thought I'd try to capture it and just try to, so draw knife part 27, you know. But here's what we got going on this axe right here. If you can see my contact, and I've got, let's see there, it's focusing better now, but I mean, we are right. I have more to go. There's just a little bit of spot right there I need to leave alone. But just look at the grain in this beast. I mean, let's see. Oh yeah, there we are. So anyway, what I wanted to get at is, if you are thinking about a draw knife, you can look at my vise here real quick while I get you in the tripod. A draw knife is not the easiest tool in the world to use. And by the way, Cosmic, I've got about 3 things I have to ship out, and that's one of them. I'm sorry, I'm behind in my shipping. But I want to get you guys up over the vise. And you know, I know in the last draw knife video, I was like, why sharpen this until my fingers bled? But it's kind of, it's interesting because I've been sharpening on this bad boy for a long time. Honing, I should say. It's a combination of a lot of things. It's a combination of practice, wanting to use the tool. I'm a real big fan, you know, using wood cutting tools every day, pretty much, unless I'm doing something non-wood related. I guess I'll get my little stool and I'll sit down here. But I mean, sharp is imperative, no pun intended, because we actually are pairing. I mean, especially if it's anything. Speed, precision, efficiency. That's what sharp is, and anything, you know. Sometimes I use a completely messed up, dulled out chisel to clean caulk off of something, but otherwise I love my chisels super sharp because you get a better finished product. It's easier. If you cut yourself, it heals faster. It's a cleaner wound, just all the way down the line. Boy, that was so much darn fun yesterday. Let's check it out again. So yeah, getting back to sharp. I mean, and I've got to do the right video because sharpening is just not interesting. It is it's deceiving, especially if you're stuck doing it by hand. My 2x72 knife grinder has been like an eye-opening experience for wood and metal. Has allowed a lot of creativity, and getting a sharp paper splitting, hair shaving edge in 15 minutes. And with this, I did not do that. This has been sharpened by hand for a long time. And you know, I don't even think I need to say that, you guys know. But hopefully you can get the idea of what we're talking about here. So I have sanded this area back. I've sanded all of my draw knife marks out of there, which actually the draw knife is actually cleaner and smoother than the sandpaper. Sandpaper is basically tearing wood fibers. This is cutting wood fibers. So I'm just slowly taking it back. And I mean, again, the advantages to the draw knife. I mean, I don't know if you can see. I don't know if you can see that. Let me see if you can see that. But that's tiny. And it's translucent. Oh, you probably can't see that. Let me see. Let me see if you can see that. Can you see it now? Let's see. Here, I'll take it out of the vise. And then, let's see. Do you see where the draw knife hit? That's actually more beautiful than the sort of the opaqueness of the sandpaper. But look at, I'm just taking this down by thousandths of an inch, you know? And being able to see the apex of the cut, being able to see, that's, I mean, I don't mind spoke shaves, but, and spoke shaves, same thing. You've got to have them deadly sharp. But anyway, so I'll work on this side and I'll work on that side, and then well, you know, I think I need to have the camera over my shoulder. But before I take this, I can show you like I did before. I mean, this is just, you know, you're watching real time. You're taking 1,000th here and 1,000th there. Look at these curls. This is like a good plane or a good spoke shave. Look how tiny those guys are. And so if you're struggling with a draw knife, really consider, or if you're thinking about draw knives, I would just get one. And if you don't have an elaborate sharpening setup, all I had with this one, 800 grit diamond plate from Walmart and a little bitty Arkansas stone. And eventually I'll go back and I'll do a more in-depth sharpening gig, because I want to focus on this axe and the cutting action. But this, what the heck? What the heck? I gotta get you guys in here closer than this. Okay, maybe we can see that. Let me check. This is kind of like the whole, this thing. One of these days I'll have camera equipment, but I doubt it. So anyway, let's see how this looks now. It's hard to see. Okay, I have to move this darn camera. Oh yeah. Yeah, I think we're getting that. I'm just trying not to call 911, which I've done. Okay, yeah, so you can see this. This is, that's pretty small. And I've been going the whole way with that. I mean, I bet you I've taken this axe head off 100 times at least, and back on and off and on and off and on. And, but you can see also in here, my cutting with the draw knife, how defined the grain is right here and how muddy it is there. I mean, it's still nice, just different types of finish, like different, like if you sand with, it all gets to the same place eventually. If you go 1,000 grit sandpaper or a cabinet scraper, who's gonna get there first? I don't know, but that's what you need to determine. So anyway, man, I took a splinter in my thumb today of joist. So, and I'm not scraping, or I'm not, you know, I am just basically, it kind of feels like I'm honing this wood almost, except I'm getting curl. I'm really getting curl. And I'm not concerned about taking a lot at a time. It's important that this head go down square and the blades of the axe be in line with the center line circumference of the axe. You know, your axe should line up with your butt, the center line of the butt, not your butt, the axe's butt. But you kind of see how I'm doing kind of a circular motion? See those kind of little guys I'm taking? There's a tendency to feel like you're racing off to a fire when you're using a draw knife. And there's two things that can really mess with you when you're using a draw knife too. A is not being sharp enough. Not being sharp enough, you're gonna hate it and you'll put the draw knife down and you probably won't pick it up again. And B is the wood grain that you're using, the wood you're using. I made the mistake when I first started using the draw knife. When I was working in hickory, I had these handles that were heartwood handles and had crazy grain. Look at the grain in this handle. I'm able to pull everything the same way, and so you really have to be adaptable. Sometimes that's not the case, but in this situation, this is a premium handle, and I'm cutting and barely holding on to this thing. See there? And look what I'm getting. I'm getting that shiny spot there. You know, but it really is practice. I mean, this time last year, I was not comfortable with my draw knifing. And now I actually feel comfortable at the tool, and that's how you know. I mean, when you feel like you can, you know, rotate this thing around and you're not a big chunk isn't going to come flying off, because believe me, that's happened before. But you can't be impatient either. It's not going to help you do it faster by any stretch. I mean, but let's face it, if you want a nice haft, like a super duper good haft, then whatever you use has to be sharp. I'm not crazy about files. Files leave too deep of scratches. But see, I am just paring down. I'm just gradually paring down to the mark of that bottom of that axe, that where it dug in, my curl. So anyway, that's really all I have. This thing is just cut and gorgeous. All of the nail biting and honing the edge and all that is finally paying off. So it's kind of cool to see, and I just wanted to share that. And I'll probably edit this down some, just because I'm a rambling guy. I like to ramble. See, but watch your angle, you know, and even if just to get it, you know, cross grain, however it cuts well. If it's not cutting well, stop. I think I've said that before, but I've also shown that this thing can take massive amounts of wood at a time. So it's just, the learning curve on this tool is intense. Now I'm gonna take these little, watch this. Okay, so we'll put a steel mark on there. And I'm not scraping, I'm just gently paring. I'm just taking uber small pieces going. And the other thing I found too for handles is cabinet scrapers. if you can get yourself a good set of cabinet scrapers, oh, you'll be loving it. Not for the eye, but for shaping handles and stuff. You'll love it. Okay, well, that's really all I had. Thanks to all the new subscribers. Oh my goodness, we're up to 40 freaking subscribers. That's awesome. Thank you, new subscribers. I've been so busy, I haven't had time to look up everybody that's new that's subscribed. So please comment, just say hey. You know, everybody that comments in here is really super nice, and we all share information, and just everybody's real friendly. So feel free to comment if you have a comment. Hit the like button, and if you feel like it, subscribe. We'll catch you on the next one. See ya.